We're hot tonight.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
This is Eternal Underground production.
It's a bar reach.
I know what it is, man. You're now tuned in to the Hodge Sports Show, where the picks on target sharper than Katniss Everdeen with a crossbow. Before you place a bet, better check with Patrick and Sean first. Unless your aim is that highly advised, check the source first. Forget them other stations, we got you covered. Don't waste your time. Ain't no need to straddle the fence. Now you can take a side with competition where you think a gazelle could take a line. If you in opposition, just listen. That will change your mind. This is where you catch him right here. And every show a banger like Ray Lewis at the quarterback. I don't perform, you got a topic, or will it trust? God, don't come on here talking that nonsense and don't know nothing. No hesitation, you put in your place. End the discussion. Ain't no sugarcoating over here, keep it 100. Got a question, we gon' come with the answer like ours. Yeah. If you ain't know then, you know now just what time it is. Sean, reppin' the city of brotherly love. Philly stand up, Super Bowl 52 champions. Baltimore in the building, make some noise for us. Pack got Charm City on his back, putting on for the like Cal Ripken Jr. back with the Orioles. And he's 40 bound to dive into this knowledge boom. He's common skill to follow it. Shout out to you. Without you, this ain't possible. You rock with us, we rock with you. I love us, I love you. Much love to the fan base and follow the fan page. It's deeper than sports talk. It's something like family. Ever and be more. Let's get you a crab cake. Oh, you in Philly, say less. Grab you a cheesecake. Now run and tell the sports fanatics that you know online. Tune in every weekend when we going live.
What's up, HPS?
Tune in every weekend when we going live. Yeah, I know what time it is, man. HPS time it is. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Welcome to the
Just tuned in.
It's a bar reach.
Sports breed passion, ain't no better place to let it out than right here on HPS, where we never stop.
Never stop. NFL draft is in the books.
That's all done. No more draft.
It's all about the use phase right now. Ooh-wee. Man, one night we're going to double up on that chumpy right there. Our boy.
We're just gonna play it on the loop. Just play it on the loop. Non-stop. This will be 1 hour of that song playing. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm Sean James Harrison, and with me as always is my boy Patrick Hodge. Patrick, how you feeling tonight? As I get him
I
ready.
am feeling good. I am feeling good, my man. Ready to get this thing going. We are having some technical difficulties on our phone line. So if you're trying to call in, please try to call in. Let us know if you can hear us on the line, because we got our third man in the booth, Danny Spalding, out there. He says he can't hear anything. So if you guys give us a call, let us know, and we'll try to get this thing worked out on the back end. I'll hit up our IT and see if they can get that worked out for us.
Yeah. So with that, I mean, we all know we got the draft that's in the books tonight. I mean, that's in the world of sports this week is the NFL draft actually happened and there was no hiccups. And the Houston Astros are still cheaters. Moving on. The NFL, first, I want to get your general sense on the NFL draft being the way it was this year, all televised or all via Zoom. I'm seeing all the players' reactions from their homes. They're not really getting that face to face with the GM. So let's start there, Patrick. How did you feel about the draft in general?
I liked it, man. I thought it was pretty good. And one thing that I actually enjoyed the commish. I thought that he did a good job reading his picks. I thought he did a good job from the glimpses we could see, interacting as best he could with the players. And I hope to come out with something like maybe this week, showing all the interviews and the things that he did, because we only got a little snippet of it. Mm-hmm. But I like the fact that you can see how everybody else is in the same boat, right? Like, for instance, like all the GMs and the coaches that had their kids with them, they don't get to do that in a regular draft. So I know it's a different thing, but it was nice to see the quarantine people living like us, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, like we're hanging out with our kids and our families like that. So I enjoyed that part of it. And I like that the players still got the moment of hearing their name called and getting a phone call, and they got to share it with their families. I know they couldn't have everybody there with them, but for the time that we're living in, I thought the NFL did a really good draft, and I'm sad that I didn't get any chaos.
I said last week that I wanted it to get hacked. I said I want more than anything for the thing to get hacked, Yeah, just something funny to come across the screen just to give myself a little laugh. But I agree with everything you said there. I really, really enjoyed the commissioner, the way he was joking about himself, the way he was joking. He had the boo the commissioner hashtag in the one commercial he did. It was very comical the way he did it. He was a great sport about it, as he usually always is. And the one thing, like I said, I did kind of miss is that whole, the whole walk up that they do, and then whatever they, some of them pick up the commissioner, some of them do the body slam, the fun stuff they do when they actually see the commissioner. But I did notice there are quite a bit of people that don't care about social distancing out there in the world. Like they had, they had upwards of 10. They had 10 plus people in their house getting all their names getting announced. I know for a fact, 'cause I got a big family. I know for a fact 10 people ain't living in no damn house. All right.
Let me tell you something. Every time they went to somebody, Steph was counting.
I'm telling you, man.
She had me cracking up with that, man. She had me cracking up. She's like, "Oh, they're not really worried about the social."
I gotta ask you. I know you saw it. What was going on in the Vrabel household?
Man, I got no clue what that guy was doing. One dude, them two dudes are standing there. One with the mohawk, man. That was creepy, man. That was creepy.
I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the one in the bathroom. What was that dude doing?
I missed that part. I must have missed that part. But
you didn't see that? Oh my God!
Only in Tennessee. Only in Tennessee.
I don't know what in God's green earth was going on, but that man was either taking a dump or he drank too much and he was throwing up. I don't know.
Oh man!
His body was facing a certain way. You couldn't see which way the toilet was facing.
Yeah.
He was in a squatted like position.
That was day one, right? Night one, first round.
That was day one. It was.
I'm gonna have to watch that replay just so I can see that.
I'm sure I can find a picture. There you go. LaDonna taking the dump right. I'm telling you, it was strange as hell.
Donna came in with taking the dump.
Taking a dumpy. I'm telling you, it was strange. And then but that's kind of like, I don't know why he was doing that just in his living room, like it was something normal. Like you see every other GM / head coach is in their own little room up in like an attic or the basement, and it's all cut off, and the only people there are just them and their kids. Vrabel's having a full-on house party during this draft. I don't know, that dude in the spandex. I don't know, dude. There is that guy.
Yeah,
I guess it's perfect for Tennessee. I don't know. I don't know how all the Tennessee people.
Yeah, we're gonna ask them. We got a couple people on the line. IT fixed our phone issue, so we're good there. We have Danny out there, and LaDonna said that's what it looked like. And then we got Jared Cash out there. We can ask Jared Cash as to how they do it in Tennessee. But look, man, before we get to the callers, right, man? How about Cliff Kingsbury's crib, man? Bruh. Is he living a good life or what, man?
Listen, man. Hey, when colleges recruit these kids, we all know what comes with those colleges recruiting these kids. I mean, everybody wants to make fun of. Everybody wants to make fun of blue chips and say that that blue chips. I always say is based off of true events that are being brought to life by actual players that probably bought a lot of stuff from their colleges they respectively went to. That's all.
You're right. Yeah. Hey, listen. And then Jerry Jones on his yacht. Are you kidding me?
If that wasn't the biggest FU move of all time, I don't know what was. That was
what? That's my guy.
Dude, I don't care whose guy it is. That was the biggest. Yeah, I got money move of all time. The biggest douchebag move of all time.
Me too, LaDonna.
Oh, come on, who doesn't want his yacht? But like, who? Everybody, like, come on, man. It was such a Jerry thing to do. I hated it.
Yeah, it was. So, we like to welcome everybody to the Hodgepodge Sports Show. Thank y'all for tuning in with us tonight. This is what we're calling the Sean James Harrison takeover this evening. It is his show. I'm along for the ride. So this is going to be a fun time. I'm talking NFL draft, and Sean is going to be rolling out his topic, which I will not steal the thunder from. But keep it on with that first question. Danny, welcome back, man. How's things going? Oh, thought it was fixed.
No, let's say I can't hear him.
Danny, can you hear us? Jared, can you hear us?
Took social distancing to hold up.
Oh man, Lou, can you hear us? Oh, all right. We're gonna have to get IT back on the phone here in the background because the callers cannot hear us. If anybody out there on the phone line can hear us, say something, please. I'm looking at Danny, I'm looking at Lou, and I'm looking at Jared Cash in the queue. All your mics are live, but we can't hear you guys.
Yeah, this is the overall.
All right,
I'm just gonna keep moving in here.
And Mo, yeah, Mo just called in too. Oh my gosh, our queue is just beautiful, but nobody can hear us, or we can't hear them. Hey, LaDonna, if you're out there listening to us, we're seem to be having a problem with the callers on the phone line.
So I guarantee they can all hear each other, but they can't hear us, and we can't.
That's what they're saying. They can hear each other, but they.
All right, so I want to keep rolling here, and you can work on that. We'll try to get it going.
Sure, we'll do.
So I'm going to go right out and say that I am highly impressed with the San Francisco 49ers and their draft. And I think they might have had the best draft amongst anybody out there. Hey guys, I want everybody in the comments that's reading along with me, that's following along, whoever is, we can hear you guys, but you can't hear us. We're talking to each other. Yeah. So guys, if you guys have anybody that has like whoever you guys think your steals in the draft were, put them in the comments. We'll talk about them. Whoever you guys think of the best draft, throw them in the comments. We're talking about them. Yes, Shane, we are going to do the best player from each division again tonight. We're actually going to do the NL East tonight. That's going to be later on after we finish the NFL chatter, because it's kind of hard for us to ignore the NFL chatter right now. Like I said, I do think the Niners had the best. I think the Niners had the best draft day, week, 3 days out there. The way and also I'm super happy they traded Marquise Goodwin to my Eagles. That was a great move by them. That and it's getting rid of Mike Britta, which is the only two things I'm a little confused about on why they would get rid of Britta when they don't really have a succession plan with Tevin Coleman constantly being injured all the time. But yeah, Pat, how did you feel about your Cowboys draft overall?
Ooh, I'm ecstatic with the Cowboys draft. For me, after day one, be honest with you, I was done. Getting CeeDee Lamb the way they did, I was good. Then they followed up with Trayvon Diggs. We needed a cornerback. They got it. Everything else just fell right into place, man. Good value. They addressed their needs. They didn't have to reach for anybody. I like it. We had to get some DBs back there just for depth. Byron Jones is a big loss, no question. But we did have some DBs on the roster that could fill in. But getting a guy they think that might be the next Byron Jones was paramount moving forward, because we have a couple of DBs, their contracts are up this year. So it was more about, going forward and beyond. But I like what they did, man. I like that, they took the best player, because they could have passed on CeeDee Lamb and took the kid from LSU chasing. And I'm glad they didn't do it. A lot of people were upset with that, but Cowboys overall had a really, really strong draft. Happy with it.
Hey, Patrick, so I'm on Uber conference right now, and I can hear all of that. Can you hear them through me?
I cannot.
Guys, I can hear all of you. Guys, can you hear me?
So maybe if I get out of it, maybe then it'll come through. Maybe it's me.
Yeah, my video feed seems to be going fine on mine.
Yeah.
I have one last idea. So bear with me.
I'm gonna hang up and then see if they come through here.
I have an idea. You ready for this?
Yep. Oh, I bet you that works. Danny. Mo.
Yo, can you guys hear Patrick now?
Mo, say something. Yeah, there's Mo.
Hey, guys, can you guys hear me? Hey,
I can hear.
Guys,
I can hear
can you
Mo.
hear me?
Nah, don't hang up. Mo, can you hear me? I can hear them. I can hear them now.
Yo, guys, turn off your live feeds for a minute.
Yeah, somebody's got the live feed because I hear.
Yo, turn off your live. Somebody turn off the live feed.
Testing. It's LaDonna.
Yeah, they hear it.
What's that, LaDonna?
That's LaDonna, yeah.
Hey, Sean, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
LaDonna, I can hear you. Can you hear me? It's Patrick. Maybe it's me. Huh?
No, she can't hear me either.
It was me.
Mo, can you hear me, Mo?
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Sean.
Yeah, you're the only one that can hear me.
Okay. They're all talking. They're trying to. All right,
Yeah.
so let's.
All right.
let's
I'm gonna bounce
one
out
by-
the Uber conference, and I'm just gonna.
Yeah, let's just keep it rolling.
All right, and hopefully LaDonna can figure it out. We did get. Hold on, it's Ed. What's up, Nate?
What's up, fellas?
How's it going?
I'm doing good.
Wait, I can hear Nate clear as day.
Well, Nate's that's why I look down.
I'm looking at Uber. I'm not gonna have to. Nate clear as day, fam. What's up?
My kids, how you guys doing? Everybody doing good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're doing pretty
Yeah.
good.
All right, Sean, how do you feel about getting Jalen Hurts, man?
He right into it. I love it.
All right, fine. I wasn't going to talk about it. I was going to ignore it. Fine.
Oh, no, that was not happening. There was no way you were going to ignore that.
Knock it off. I'm just going to ignore it. The fact the Eagles completely wasted their first 2 draft picks angers me more than anything in the world. The fact the Eagles didn't trade to Atlanta if they wanted CeeDee Lamb so bad to get him makes me believe they really wanted Jalen Reagor. And if that's who they really wanted and that's who they had their eyes on, and that's who they think that their guy is, then I have no problem with that. Fine. You guys win there. I'll accept it and I'll move on.
Right.
This second pick of picking Jalen Hurts in the second round, you're picking a backup, you're picking a quarterback that is not going to play unless Carson gets hurt. You just paid Carson Wentz $100 million. Correct me if I'm wrong. Over $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you pay that man over $100 million and then draft Jalen Hurts in the second round? What point does that make to draft a guy that's basically put in there to be his quote-unquote succession plan when you just paid him $100 million? Get him weapons. Put people around him.
I agree with you.
I ain't done. You're not going to sit here and try to tell me that Alshon Jeffrey's a weapon. You're not going to sit here and tell me that Deshaun Jackson, who hurts his hamstring every other week, is a weapon. You're not going to sit here and tell me that Miles Sanders, who had half of a good year, is now a weapon all of a sudden. You're not going to tell me that Greg Ward, who had a good 4 games, is now a weapon. Now, everybody, if you know me personally, you know I root for Greg Ward on a personal level because of what he did for my child in an own sense. But that's it. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that Carson Wentz realistically has Zach Ertz. That's who he has. He has Zach Ertz to throw the ball to. And I'm so sick of these Howie Rosa fights. These Howie Rosa fits. These people that want to slob all over Howie and pretend like he's some masterful GM. He is horrible at drafting players. He always has been. He is not a good talent evaluator. He is He is John Gruden, but just never coached. All right? He doesn't know how to evaluate talent. Period. The end. I'm so sick and tired of wasting draft picks every single year, wasting time. I'm gonna ask you this question. Ask you a serious question. When tell me the last player the Eagles drafted, you're like, damn, that's a good pick.
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders. You're gonna say Miles Sanders last year in the second round. Now tell me one before that.
I'm a big fan of Rasul Douglas, but he didn't pan out.
Oh, keep going. That was a 4th round pick that didn't pan out. Please keep going. I'll help you. Allow me to help you.
I got it. No. I got it. The kid, your defensive end, Barnett from Tennessee. Or Barnett, whatever his name is.
Who's been hurt every single year he's been in the league, and he shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have taken him. They should have taken somebody else. It is an absolute atrocity that the last good player they drafted. And tell me the last time. Here's a better question. Tell me the last time they drafted a player outside of the second round that has panned out and played well. You don't win in the NFL by drafting good players in the 1st and 2nd round. That's expected. You're supposed to draft starters in the 1st and 2nd round. You win by drafting players in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th round that you turn into starters.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles haven't done that. Have not done that since the beginning of freaking time. They don't ever draft players.
I thought it was in Howie we trust, man.
Who?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all I see in our group. You know, Howie's a wizard. He hasn't missed on many draft picks.
And
you're painting a totally different.
And you know damn well that when somebody says that dumb crap, I immediately say, no, he's good at moving money around. That's what he's good at. Howie is good at making the cap work. He is horrible talent evaluator, and he is horrendous. I guess that's the same thing. He's horrendous at drafting too. He has no idea what he's doing. And that's the reason the Eagles will the fact that he tried to say he wants to make the Eagles a quarterback factory. With who? Who have you turned out? Who? Because you got Nick Foles a contract under a great system? Because Carson Wentz looks good in the system too? Well, what's Nate Sedfeld? You paid him. Who have you turned out? Don't claim something that you're not. Just because you have Carson Wentz, like, come on. Hearing him talk anymore is irritating to me. He should have been fired immediately after signing Jalen Hurts. There's no need to sign Jalen Hurts. We easily could have signed a veteran quarterback like we did last year to back up Carson. We do not need a young quarterback. Let me rephrase this. We did not need a young quarterback in the 2nd round to draft to back up Carson Wentz. That was idiotic.
I was surprised that they actually got Jalen Hurts. I didn't understand that one, considering how you guys are already stacked up as, you know, one of the best teams in the NFC East. I thought that I thought you guys would have gotten maybe some more wide receivers or a tight end or something like that to help out Carson Wentz as far as his passing game. That's what I was expecting. And but I mean, we thank you as a Cowboys fan. We thank you for
bro. Here's something else that just irritates me is like there were reports everywhere that we were talking to Mims and that we wanted Mims, right? There were reports everywhere that Mims was our pick.
Yep.
And what happened? We didn't even take Mims. Mims went 4 picks after us. Yep. I truly don't understand what the hell they were thinking. I don't get it. Like I don't understand like what was going through their head when they decided to draft Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round. That doesn't mean anything. Happy about the Eagles draft, but taking Hurts in the 2nd was a huge reach. I mean, taking Jalen Regans in the first round was a huge reach too, because you could have got him in the second round. You didn't need to take him in the first round. There were other options in the first round too that you could have taken before taking Jalen. But like I said, that's who they decided was their guy. I can live with that. I can semi live with that one, but it still irks me because they could have drafted. They could have drafted that freaking linebacker. I can't think of his name now. That went a little bit after them, but it's overall the Eagles draft was extremely frustrating, and I don't know who comes out of that draft saying, "Yeah, that was a pretty good draft by the Eagles." I don't get it. I don't. If I'm wrong,
some of your fans, you know who they are like, oh man, the draft is great, man. We drafted all the speed. We got all those receivers. But Sean,
the best thing we did was trade for Goodwin.
Hold on, what's up? Hold on 1 second for me, Sean. Mo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Mo can hear me. Danny, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Jared, can you hear me?
Hey. Yes, sir.
All right, LaDonna, you're the best. Appreciate you. All right, Sean, phone line's up and running, man.
There we go. All right, well, all right, we kept them waiting first. You want to hold on to that question? Or you want to ask me now?
Nah, let's bring them on, man. Let's get them in.
So Mo, can you hear me, bud?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so Mo, what did you think overall about the draft yesterday, and how did your Steelers do in it? Or best couple days, I should say.
So the draft was interesting. I actually enjoyed the way that they did it. It was actually funny watching Goodell actually sit down and do draft and do the picks in second and third round. It was fun after the Jalen Hurts pick because I wanted him to come to the Steelers. I really wanted him on the Steelers because we need a guy after Ben. But I get why we did what we did. So the Steelers had a great draft. We filled a lot of holes and guys that actually could play this year, either on special teams or actually on the field. So I liked our draft, but I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. I'm feeling Miami right now. I'm thinking they did the best over free agency and also when you put the draft together. And getting Breida today was just the icing on the cake.
That's good. That's an astute observation because I really like Miami's free agency moves, and if you add on to their draft, they probably. If you want to say who had the best overall offseason, I mean, it has to go to Miami, right? Like Miami had the most productive and gathered the best talent overall this offseason.
But you have to go back to the last week of the season to actually see when Miami really started it. By beating New England in New England with nobody still on the field, and the team had nothing to play for, and they went into New England and made sure they did not get a bye in the first round. That just tells you how hard they're going to play. So you know they're going to have a great season this year.
Yeah, they believe in that coach, which is a good thing, right? Like you want a team that no matter what's going to be behind that coach.
Yeah.
That's more important.
The way they got people to play, and they didn't have players last year.
You're absolutely right, And it's funny though. I love it. First Cowboy response. LaDonna comes in, overpaid for Byron Jones. They paid market value for him. They paid exactly what the value for him was. But I agree that Miami's offseason was so uber productive. But them beating New England to me, I mean, they beat New England all the time. I mean, if there's a team that can beat New England once a year, it's good Miami. I think their record with New England is actually pretty solid. They're the one team in the AFC East that does beat New England.
I'm saying they did it with no players.
Oh no, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm not taking that away from you. You're absolutely right. What people? All right, listen. Now I'm going to go on a Byron Jones tangent. Since when in the books of being a cornerback do you need to have interceptions to be a good cornerback? I thought the role of a cornerback was to make sure that the person that's in front of you, that you are guarding on an everyday basis, does not catch the ball. I always thought that was the role of a
quarterback for 5 years for the Steelers. He had 2 interceptions in those 5 years, I think.
So I'm right then, right? I'm correct in what I'm saying. The role of a cornerback is to stop the person that's in front of you, to make sure that the person in front of you is not catching the ball. And if you can do that every single week, then you are an elite shutdown corner.
Yes, I agree with that.
To the point that Darrell Reeves didn't even get thrown at anymore. So how you gonna get interceptions if you don't get thrown at?
Yep.
My point. The whole Byron Jones thing always irritates me because people all want to pretend like that he wasn't a great cornerback when he wasn't a top cornerback in the league. The dude was a top cornerback in the league.
They have rookie cornerbacks now with him and Howard on the other side.
Yes.
The Miami's going to be good next year. Miami might. Miami is going to be the surprise. I don't want to really say surprise team, but they're probably going to win the AFC East next year. I mean, it's the Patriots. We don't know what they're going to do and everything, but the Miami Dolphins are probably going to be the favorites to win the AFC East next year. But I want to move on because we got two other callers on the line. So hang with us, Mo, and we'll get right back to you. Jared, you're out there, right, bud?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Mo. What did you think of the draft overall, and how did you think your Redskins did?
Man, I love the draft, to be honest with you. I think that could be like the new norm, maybe. And the Redskins, I loved our picks, man. Chase Young, Antonio Gibson. His grandmother got buried in a Joe Theismann jersey. So we got 3 Washington kids. And I hated the trade, to be honest with you. I think we could have got more. But I love the Golden pick, too. The wideout from Liberty.
Okay.
He's a Hugh Freeze guy. And look at what Hugh Freeze predicted or gave out in the draft this year from Ole Miss. Van Jefferson, all them defensive linemen. I love it, dude.
So I got to
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I just got a quick question because I know you said something about Randy Moss's son. Did you guys draft him or did you guys sign him as a undrafted
free agent?
Undrafted free agent.
Or drafted free agent, my bad.
I'm surprised he didn't get
drafted. We got Thaddeus.
Tight end.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get drafted too, man. Maybe he should
He's slow, but like he's got the it factor. You know what I mean? I watched it. I'm an SEC guy, so I've seen a lot of him this year. He's not that fast, but he's huge. And he just started off.
He's a tight end.
Just gotta throw that out.
Yeah, he's a tight end. He don't have to be too fast being a tight end. He's a true tight end.
But he's huge.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I just got a quick question for you, Jared, because correct me if I'm wrong, but the Redskins just traded for the Panthers' young quarterback, correct?
Yes.
Who's under center week 1 for the Redskins?
Great question.
Because I don't think it really matters who you guys draft if you guys don't have what's the word I'm looking for? Not longevity. I guess longevity. Longevity is the word I can use here. If you don't have some form of longevity sitting behind center, you still don't have a team.
I agree, man. Like, I don't understand that at all, to be honest with you. I just think it's Ron Rivera, and he's familiar with him. I mean, I don't like. They gave us a Chase Young A grade, A+ grade. Gibson a C-. And Dick Charlton, the offensive tackle, a C+. The Andy Golden, the wideout from Liberty, an A, and then everything else is a C. Like, what the heck is Dan Snyder doing?
But I'm going to ask you the question again. You didn't really answer my question though. In that, who's your starting quarterback? Who is your starting quarterback week 1?
Probably me. Hell, I don't know. Like,
well, it's either Kyle Allen or Dwayne Haskins. I mean, right? I don't know who else it's going to be. It's either Kyle Allen or Dwayne Haskins.
I'm not sold on Haskins. I think we should have moved up, dude.
Put the sign in your yard, Jared. QB1, baby. QB1.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
It's gentle and effective. It is free of
I don't. What's the problem?
All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right, let's go to our third man in the booth, who's finally hopefully can hear us. Yo, Danny, how you doing, bud?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
There he is.
So, Danny, I'm gonna ask you the same question. How'd you like the draft overall, and how'd your Vikings do?
I like the draft. It was interesting. I'm kind of I'm not one of those guys for theatrics and stuff, which I know the draft kind of usually that's all it is. That they try to make it over the top. But I like how relaxed it was this year. It's really interesting watching. You get to kind of see inside the coaches and the GMs, houses and where they are. I thought that was it was a good personal touch. It went off the hitch. I don't think there was any glitches. I don't think there were any hacks or anything like that. So that was pretty good. The video quality was really decent. I was kind of expecting it to
be shy.
Kind of have some issues there with fuzziness and stuff like that. But it was all great. And the analysts were good. There wasn't any interference or any delay that I could really tell. It was good. I liked it. I kind of hope they take some elements out of that and use them moving forward. I'd like to see more players inside their houses. I'd like to see coaches with their families and stuff like that. I thought that was really nice.
Humanize them, right?
Yeah, I kind of said that from the a couple of weeks ago. I said this would be a really good what's the word? I guess look marketing to see what the future of the draft could be like.
Good marketing.
Yeah, it is good marketing.
Because
Yeah.
it included them staying at home, and it included them still putting on their show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they saved a ton of money doing it this way.
Oh yeah, and here's the other thing too. You figure is that they I think that you said that you were talking about how good the cameras were for all these guys. I think they mailed out the cameras to all the coaches and GMs, so this way it was so this way they were ensuring that there wasn't going to be anything shoddy on it. Because the NFL probably had to deal with I don't know, like Ubisoft or something like that, where they gave them all nice cameras, just so we wouldn't see any shoddy camera views or anything would be lagged behind or anything like that. I said earlier, I really liked it. I think this draft went faster than any other year. I think almost ever. Everything just seemed to be buzzing. There was no real lag. Everything was going so much faster. But Danny, how do you think your Vikings did though in this draft?
I think they did decent. We lost Diggs in the offseason, and I think they got a pretty good receiver from LSU. Was it Justin? I don't think he'll fill big shoes, but I think he'll be a good development to go side by side with
Thielen. He's
Yeah,
a slot receiver, so you're going to throw him right in the slot. And I think that was the main reason the Eagles didn't get him, because they like Greg Ward in the slot, which is the only thing I can assume. But yeah, how did you guys do after Jefferson?
We got a kid from TCU, which I really like. His name's Jeff Gladney. He's a cornerback. And, we kind of lost some cornerbacks in the offseason as well through trades, and I don't think we signed some guys. Some big names, too. So he's going to take over for them, I think, hopefully. Our coach, he's a real big defensive guy, and he likes developing his own players. So I think he fits the system really well. We got an O-line guy, Ezra Cleveland. I don't know much about him. He's from Boise State, but we need help. Offensive line, it's always an issue. It seems like every year there's always an issue on the offensive line. I really once I heard that Trent Williams was in play for the Minnesota Vikings, I was hoping they would get him. I don't exactly know what happened there, why they didn't get him. Because everything I heard was they offered him a third round and I think something else, but it fell through. And then I think the Redskins ended up trading for a third and a fifth. So it kind of makes me wonder what the Vikings trade didn't offer that they wanted. So that was kind of a bummer.
So Danny, to address
That
that,
they wanted a third next year.
from
They got a
third
third
next year.
San Francisco a fifth this year.
And then, from what I understand, has it that Trent Williams said he didn't want to play in Minnesota.
Damn.
I haven't verified
Screw
that.
him then. I don't want him in my
Yeah,
team
right,
anyway.
right. I haven't verified that.
I like it.
That's the rumor. Yeah. See, Trent Williams turned down that trade due to a no trade clause. So I don't know if they were on his list or whatever, but they only ended up getting like a 6th-round pick from San Francisco, right?
Yeah, he went cheap. It was
like I think. What they get, Mo?
A fifth this year and a third next year.
Okay, yeah, 5th and 3rd, and that's probably the best that Washington was going to do. Right? Nobody was going to trade for this guy. Right? Nobody was going to give up the premium.
Yeah, exactly.
For this guy,
I'm glad we got a third.
But here's the thing: he's not even medically cleared to play yet. I don't believe. Everybody forgets that. Right? He had a serious medical condition that prevented him from playing last year. Forget the helmet issue. He had another serious issue health-wise that he wasn't even cleared to play last year. And he's old.
Blood clot.
He's not that Albert Hainsworth going to the Patriots at a point in his career, you know?
Yeah. I mean, people are like the San Francisco 49ers run game is going to be so much better. How's it going to be so much better? You lost Joe Staley to retirement and you're bringing in Trent Williams. How's your running game going to be better? I mean,
they drafted three offensive tackles.
I understand that, but again, you're going from Joe Staley to Trent Williams. Tell me how your running game is going to be better. You can't.
Yeah, you called me out on that.
You can't.
I just think if you're going to replace Joe Staley, I think anybody in the NFL, sounds like maybe Zach Martin or somebody like that, and move him outside to the left, that's the best they could have done. And they got a steal one, in my opinion. It was either we get a 3rd-round pick and a 5th this year or release him.
No, I mean, listen. The Redskins, at the end of the day, did what they had to do to get something. It's always better to get something than nothing. Redskins did what they had to do. I'm talking about saying the 49ers
and his contract is up next year.
I'm not talking about Trent Williams anymore. We're good there. I'm just talking about how people are like all of a sudden saying San Francisco's running game is going to be so much better because they got Trent Williams. That's what I'm focusing on.
I don't understand when people sit here and say, like, you know, we should move this lineman to this spot.
What's that, Sean?
I don't understand when people say, I want to move this lineman to this spot. Like, do you guys understand that every offensive line, every position on the offensive line is unique to a certain skill set and unique to a certain player and played a certain way? Like, you can't take a guy that's playing left guard and just put him at right guard and think everything's going to be okay. You can't put a left tackle at right tackle and think it's going to be all right. That would be like somebody that writes with their right hand going to write with their left hand. I mean, Trey. You guys probably all know who Trey Thomas is. He's borderline Hall of Fame offensive lineman for the Eagles for several years. He explained this when they moved Dillard he's a left tackle and moved to the right side for where Jason Peters was. And he said the same thing. It was like somebody that writes with their right hand has to go and now write with their left hand. You know, it's not easy just to move an offensive lineman from one spot to another. There's very few offensive linemen in the league that can just rotate around positions like that. It's very hard to do. You can't just say we're going to take Zach Martin and just slide him down. It doesn't work like that. Like Zach Martin 1 might not be comfortable sliding down, and Zach Martin 2 might not be capable of sliding down. Same thing with Trent Williams. Same thing with any offensive lineman in the league. I mean, people think just because it's offensive line, it's just blocking the guy in front of you. It's not. There's different ways you got to turn your legs, have your hips shaped, and the way you punch instead of throw down. Like there's so many instrumental little things that you have to do that is different in every single position that you're in, right down the offensive line. And you know, that's a shout out to Trey Thomas because I listen to him almost every single morning, and I learned all that crap from him.
Good stuff.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Thanks for all the
Hey, Nate.
thanks
Yes,
for all
sir.
the healthcare workers and everybody else that's listening. And also, congrats to a local, like I guess I'll say hero, Jawan Genies going to the 49ers. He's a beast, bro. Like, you can't coach hard.
He's a beast.
And
What
49ers got heart.
what round did he get drafted in?
Do what?
What round did he get drafted in? Yes.
Trey,
Get out of here with that beast. Get out of here with that beast shit. Set him up. Get out of here. Nate, let's come to you, man. Jared's been talking too
Video
much.
talks for itself.
Jared's talking too much. How do you feel about the Cowboys draft, Nate?
I'm really happy about the way we drafted. The only disappointing thing is that we didn't get someone on defense after our I think we should have went for someone on defense in round number 2. I think that would have been a better move to make.
Oh, I see. So you're saying that you would like the defensive pick first and then offense second? Is that what you're saying? Flip flop?
No, I like Lamb in the
Because
first round. We got Lamb in the first round. I'm happy with Lamb.
But then you got Diggs in the second, though. We got Diggs in the second, the cornerback from Alabama. That was a second round pick.
I meant for a defensive line. I would like a defensive lineman in round 2.
Okay.
Because because right now we still got Gregory and whatchamacallit, Smith, and they haven't played in a long time, man. So I'm really sketchy on that. I'm not saying they're not going to be good, but I just don't know until I see them on the field. You know what I mean?
I understand.
So that is a concern. But on the flip side, we never really had a really good safety in the first place. You know what I mean? Or a cornerback. So it's like, nah, we've been lacking. We've been lacking, man.
You'll get shot fired up. Hey, Jumpman, dude, bro.
You had Byron Jones for 5 years. What do you mean?
Byron Jones got burned many years too. In those 5 years, Byron Jones got killed too, dude. I mean,
what?
I'm just saying.
Byron Jones is an all-pro.
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying that we needed more. We still needed more. Stop it.
Yeah, you need somebody on the opposite side of him, maybe. Byron Jones is one of the best corners in the league.
I got the Bacardi right here that's saying that.
Oh my God.
I quit.
I quit, okay? Patrick. It's your show. I quit. I'm done. Tell me when he's Cowboys fans off this page. I'm done.
He just made him quit. I
can't do it no more. Oh my God.
I made Tom quit.
Oh no! Listen, it wasn't just you. It was a combination. And Don, I at least gave him props. Come on.
I knew it. I knew as soon as you said cornerback, this dude. I'm gonna tell y'all something. For y'all that don't know, I'm a Cowboy fan, obviously, but Sean is an Eagles fan. And the one player that Sean always told me that he liked on the Cowboys was Byron Jones. So it's comical to me when people say something about Byron Jones because Sean really likes that guy. So Sean, I get it. But see, for me, I looked at this and I looked at it at the totality of it. And Mo, you can comment on this as well. I think what Dallas did well and what we have done on the last, I don't know, probably 5-7 years is draft well. But years past, man, we would have made that mistake by letting Lamb go and taking Chaseon and trying to come back, right? So I'm glad that they took Lamb and I'm glad they went Diggs.
Yep.
And if you follow him, which I know you do, Diggs was behind CJ Henderson for the cornerback. So they actually got the player they wanted and they got him later, right? And then they got the kid from Oklahoma that's actually a little bit better than I thought. But then the guy they got today from Utah, man, that's where the edge came in at. And they had that A&I guy, Bradley A&I, with a late second or third round grade, and they got him in the 5th. And they're talking about he could be a day one starter. 13 sacks last year, man. So I think, I think at the end of the day, in totality, they did a really good job of addressing their needs. And they can still go out and get an edge, man. I've been saying this, LaDonna, I've been saying this, Sean, you heard me say this. Everson Griffin is sitting right there. He's sitting right there to be signed. You know what I mean? Like if you feel like if you feel like Edge is an issue, you feel like Edge is an issue, he's sitting right there.
And Clowney.
To me,
So I got a question. And
Yeah.
then I said I see LaDonna wants to pop in too. So after I ask this
Hold on,
question, we could pop in. LaDonna can
Yeah,
pop
hold on
in.
one second. Yeah.
So
Oh, she wants to talk. My bad.
yeah, she wants
Got
to
her
talk.
muted.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
LaDonna clapping right after this question. Was there a player that was more surprising that he dropped as much as he did than CeeDee Lamb? Because everybody was spouting that CeeDee Lamb was the best wide receiver in this draft, right? Him and Judy listen, I said the second Oakland was up. I put it in the feed that we had. I said right away that Gruden is going to mess this up. He doesn't know how to evaluate talent. Gruden's going to mess this pick up. And what does he do? He takes the quote-unquote third best receiver out of the bunch and Henry Ruggs first. So was there a player that surprised anybody more that they dropped all the way down to 17 like CeeDee Lamb did? That's a roundtable question. Anybody can answer.
It surprised me. I thought he was going to get picked up well before then, honestly, based off of his stats.
I thought
he was going to pick up maybe like a number 5 or 6 in the draft, honestly, based off his talent. The fact that he was there and no one else picked him up, and then we got him, I was like, okay, thank you. FYI, shout out to Patrick. Shout out to Lamb for snatching his phone back from his girlfriend before he got in trouble.
Yeah.
All right.
So, let me put in on that. See, I don't think that
somebody always drops.
Yeah, somebody always drops, but I don't really consider Lamb a drop in the traditional sense of drop, right? I think the draft fell.
Always tough.
Yeah, I think the draft fell a little differently for him because, like Sean said, Gruden kind of gave everybody a gift by not taking Judy, right? Or Lamb, right? You've been telling me the next couple people need receivers, right? The next team that could have taken a receiver was give me a second, it'll come to me, guys. I'm sorry. San Fran, right? And they went defense. San Fran went defense. They took Kinlaw, right? And that's the guy Dallas wanted. Dallas wanted Kinlaw, right? Because Jacksonville did us a favor at the end of the day by taking Henderson because we were going to battle Atlanta for CJ Henderson. And then once Atlanta went defense, it was a no-brainer to pick Lamb. But to answer your question, where that surprised me actually dropped was the safety from Alabama, McKinney. I can't believe that he went in the second round.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you what, that was the other player I said once Lamb came off the once the 3 receivers came off the board and Lamb, I told you from the jump I always wanted Ruggs, Lamb, Ruggs, and Judy. I said that I wanted McKinney. I was like, I take McKinney in the first round. That's because
that's why
he would have been a baller. And they already have the Eagles are throwing Jalen Mills in at safety. Throw him back down at corner, and you could put you could throw this kid McKinney up at safety right now with McLeod, and I'm good.
Yeah.
But and I also I'm not sure who put that Jake Fromm in there, but I think that's a decent one too because he just got drafted. He just got drafted today, right? He got drafted a couple hours ago.
Yeah, he got drafted. Mo, you had an answer, and then we'll go to LaDonna.
Or are you talking about Lamb?
No, just in general, player that drafted. I mean, that dropped. That you were surprised that dropped.
I hate to say it, but it's the guy that went to the Ravens. J.K. Dobbins.
Yes, that's a good one too.
I believe he dropped that.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. Yep, that's a good one.
Scary thing.
Oh shit, I got her on mute. She can't speak out.
I'm here. That's like
yeah, you can. Yeah. I don't know why. Yeah, that's why I kept thinking. I'm like, yeah, she's like, I am here. I can unmute my damn self, Patrick. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
I will say one of them. I will say Lamb, just because my husband. If you didn't watch the video, my husband went completely ape shit crazy.
He did.
I had to explain to him. You know, I understand why they grabbed him at the time. So he was sitting in their lap. You had to get him. You had to. There was no passing him up. He's still to this day saying defense first. I'm ignoring him, but like I said, he was one of the people that I did not expect him to be that low.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think even Jake Fromm, even though I'm not a big Georgia fan, I did not expect him to go as late as he did. When I just saw somebody's comment about that. I just wanted to agree with that.
That one's wild.
I'm a Mizzou fan, so my tight end Albert O. I am very happy that he went to. He was at Denver.
Yes,
and he's back with his quarterback. But I'm actually kind of shocked because his numbers were so good at the combine that he went so low as well.
So speaking of your team, real quick, while I got you, what's up with Kelly Bryant? Come here, Madonna.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, what's up with Kelly Bryant? How you feel about that? That's sad, right? Did he even get signed yet by anybody?
I don't have nothing positive. Like, don't get me wrong, he was okay, but for the hype that we got, and when he got there, was two different things.
That's true too. He didn't live up to
it. He was very inconsistent. Yeah. He looked like a cowboy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He looked like a cowboy. There's one day he's looking great and he's down there throwing it and running and doing everything else. And then there's days that he's throwing to the other team. And I'm so glad we couldn't even be bowl eligible.
So I got a question. Now that I got management on the line here. Which one of you or Patrick made this post saying that we Ebony and Ivory? Which one's Ebony and which one's Ivory? That's all I'm trying to figure out.
I'm Ivory, you're Ebony.
Damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You're Ebony. Damn. You're the chocolate lover there.
You just now caught on to that. I did that on purpose.
I was reading it a little bit earlier. I wasn't sure if you made that or she did. Either way, I laughed. I mean,
I could have blamed her. Let's say her. I could have blamed her.
I mean, that was easy out. I thought, but all right. All right. So does anybody?
So did we let? You got your brother on the line.
Oh,
got your brother on the line.
Yo, Shane, you there?
Oh man, that's some real love I'm getting.
I know, right?
Listen. I got this clown a job, so I have to already see him 5 days a week. Now I gotta hear his voice Saturday nights too. Now I'm just messing. So all right, I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked everybody else. What'd you think of the draft, and how did your Texans do?
I never thought I would need a drink for it because it's going along very boringly. But I think through rounds, from round 2 and 3. I thought round 2 and 3 went a lot smoother than that first round did. That first round felt like a whole eternity.
Interesting. All right. Well, how did your Texans do?
I drafted this year. I thought they drafted well, and they filled a need with DJ Reader leaving. I thought drafting Ross Blacklock was a really, really good pick for them. I think he's an impact on that. He's gonna have a huge impact on that line almost right away.
All right. Who did they get to replace the Nuke?
Nuke. Here's the thing: they didn't draft a big name receiver. They went out straight at Cook. They got Randall Cobb off free agency, and they're expecting Will Fuller to come back healthy. And they got Isaiah Coulter from Rhode Island, and he's supposed to be one of the fastest players coming out of the draft.
Well, listen, I ain't got nothing. Got any questions?
If he didn't get that extension from us, he was holding out regardless.
I mean, I mean, report
I
he didn't want to play with Bill O'Brien anymore, that he hated Bill O'Brien. So, I mean, I don't know what that says about your coach.
What happens when you don't have a
I mean,
GM?
he's the only player I've heard complain about.
He won't be the last.
And then the rest of the dominoes start falling. I mean, I don't know. Deshaun might be a little bit too young to start complaining about somebody, complaining about a coach. And I mean, their team overall is pretty young. He might have been the oldest kid guy on the team, to be honest. The Texans have a gender.
Guys like Aaron Fells, who's pretty old, who hasn't played yet. He's there for about a year now.
So So real quick, I want to hit on this because Daniel Simmons keeps saying it. And I want to let it shine a little bit. That half the players drafted was from the SEC. 64 players are from the SEC. So you SEC junkies can be happy about that. Anybody else have anything else from the draft before we move on? Going once.
I have a question.
Go ahead, LaDonna. Go ahead.
I have a question. If there's Green Bay fans listening, how do you feel passing up like 25 receivers? That's my question. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that out.
Well, because AR-12 is the best thing since sliced bread. He's never had any talent around him ever since he's been in Green Bay.
Bruh.
So why would they now get him any help? Because he's the GOAT, LaDonna. Aaron Rodgers don't need anything. He's the man.
Hey, Aaron just got Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Thank you. You know what I mean? But listen, that's right. I'm taking shots because these AR-12 apologists will tell you he's never had anything. If you give him the weapons that such and so had, if they ever did this for him or they ever did that for him, he would have done this, he would have done that. So, why get him any help? He's the man.
People that are boxing fans,
He's about to go off.
Pacquiao Floyd fight is on. Not that it was a fight or anything. But
Right.
Okay.
No, but
and then
seriously,
my husband wants to know how the Chicago Bears have 10 tight ends.
Right.
And that's a valid question. That is a very good question. That's a very good question. The first one I don't know because if I start talking about the first one, I might have a heart attack on live TV or live Facebook streaming or whatever this is. But the second question.
But to go back to her first question, though, it really is hard to imagine 27 receivers going by in Green Bay not taking one receiver. Like, I don't get that.
They've never done it.
Yeah, I
never.
I don't get that. And how Chicago has damn 10 tight ends. But we gonna have to research that.
They've got about 20.
We're gonna have to research that.
Listen, they have 10 tight ends and 3 quarterbacks and don't know which one's going to start in any position.
Sure. I wish Tony Wilson was on because I really want to know how that Mr. Trubisky.
Oh.
Listen.
Oh yeah, it did.
I know he didn't come tonight either. You know what I mean? He got an invite too.
So real quick before we bounce out to our next topic, Patrick, this question's directly to you. How many MVPs does Drew Brees have?
One, right?
Drew Brees, he has an MVP? That's weird. I must have missed that. I must have. How many does Aaron Rodgers have? How many does Aaron Rodgers have?
Aaron Rodgers.
That's cool. That's cool. So Aaron Rodgers was admittedly the best quarterback in the league for at least that 1 year then.
Yes.
How many MVPs does Cam have?
Cam has 1, and he was admittedly the best quarterback in the league that year.
So Cam's the GOAT then, right? Cam's the GOAT. He's in the GOAT conversation, right?
Listen.
Don't twist it now. Don't twist it now because the conversation
I'm not
was
twisting
about
nothing.
No. It wasn't about having
that was the question was never about the GOAT. The question was no, stop. I let you go off. I didn't say nothing. I sat here cradle. I didn't say nothing.
Go ahead. I'm gonna smash you with this. Go ahead.
I didn't say no.
Go ahead. Take the floor.
That was a sleeping giant. Listen, you. The question about it was he was the best player in the league. It was never the GOAT. That was the post. The post was the best player in the league. Then you came back and said, that was out. Put up right now. I will put up and I will share it.
The post said he was the greatest, but now he's not. It's Patrick Mahomes. That's what it said.
The exact comment on the post was the best quarterback in the league. That was the comment on the post. And then you chimed in and said he never was the best quarterback in the league. That's what was said.
I didn't say no. Bro. So the the post is this. The post is a picture of Aaron Rodgers. Above the picture, it says he was the greatest quarterback. Now it's Patrick Mahomes. My response was he was never the best. That's what I said. Exactly to the caption above the picture. Don't get it twisted, fam. That's what I responded to.
Oh, hell no. You got it.
Yeah, and then you came back and was like, oh, his MVP says otherwise. And I'm like, MVP, more times than not, is a popularity contest. But Cam won the MVP, so he's in the great conversation. Then you tried to change the narrative and said, oh, for that one season, yeah. Just like you're trying to do now. For one season, you're saying that. But my comment was in totality, so let's keep it clear now. I'm talking about the totality, not this 1 year. Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers.
So I have it up. Great. I have it up right in front of me right now. The exact quote. The exact quote is, "We have the best quarterback in the NFL, and we plan to keep him for a while." That was the exact quote off it. I'll screen share this so everyone can see.
You don't have to screen share. You don't have to screen share. No, go to the post, bro. I'm talking about the post.
I'm on the post.
You're not.
I am. Michael Shane Martin Jr. said he isn't above it says he isn't the best anymore. That belongs to Mahomes.
Right, he isn't the best anymore.
We ain't done. You said quote Patrick Hodge. Hold on. No. Patrick Hodge never was the best.
I'm responding to what Michael Shea Morton has over the picture. He was the greatest, but now it's Mahomes. That's what he never was.
What's the only comment I commented to? When you said he never was the best. He never was the best. Right. Who said that? You or me? He never was the best.
I own that.
He never was the best. Interesting, because when you
if you want to say because he won the MVP, he was the best, take that. But that means everybody that won the MVP is the best, so they go in the GOAT conversation.
But we're not talking about the GOAT. We're talking about being the best at a certain time period.
You take that narrative and put it to the side, bro. You know exactly where I'm coming from on this. If you want to give Aaron Rodgers anoint him because he won an MVP, so be it. But let's not get it twisted. You think Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT, bro? Let's keep it clear. Let's get it out. Let's go.
When have I ever said Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT?
Oh my gosh. Now you're gonna sit here and say you never said it. I quit now.
I've said that Aaron Rodgers is the greatest player that I've ever seen play.
Okay. That you ever seen play.
No,
okay.
I've ever seen play.
Hey, listen,
but that doesn't change the point that when you say he never was the best, that's marking a certain period in time. If you're saying he never was the best, that means you're saying in no time in his career was he the best player that played. True or false?
He wasn't.
Then
wasn't just because he won MVP from the best.
That means he was the best player that year. That means for that year he was the best player.
Aaron Donald is the best player in the NFL for how many years in a row? How many MVPs does he have?
I didn't hear what name you said, to be honest.
I rest my case.
I didn't.
Get out.
I didn't hear
my damn.
I'm just saying that you can't.
Aaron has been the best player in the NFL for how many years? How many MVPs does he have?
But he's got how many defensive player of the years does he have?
Answer my question.
But there's but there is literally a position. There's a trophy. There's a trophy for that position. There's literally a trophy for that position. It's called defensive.
That's not answering the question. Why are you dodging the question?
I'm not dodging the question. I'm giving you an answer. You're saying because Aaron Donald hasn't won MVP, that doesn't mean that means he's not the best player in the league. We're not talking about best player. We're talking about best quarterback, right? Was this conversation
No, we're
about
talking
the best
about
quarterback? Best quarterback, right?
No. You took it to the MVP. MVP stands for most valuable player. It is not the QB. Quit trying to change the damn narrative, man. If
somebody was better than him that year, any quarterback was better than him, they would have beat him out for that MVP, correct or wrong, right or wrong. If any quarterback that year was better than him, they would have beat him out.
I just gave you a prime example. Aaron Donald has been the best player in the NFL for I don't know how many years. He has no MVPs.
But he's won Defensive Player of the Year. He's won it how many times?
Players won the MVP and did not. So stop it. Move on to
one
the next
Defensive
topic.
Player of the Year. How many years in a row?
It won't matter. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Your logic is shot here. Like it's like so. Then when the offensive rookie of the year, that means they're the better too. Then right because
it means that they're the best offensive. It means they're the best offensive rookie in the league at that time. That's literally what the award means.
Right? Oh my gosh! Oh, this is comical. Okay.
You completely throw off the my mojo is shot. You've killed me now.
You should be. That lame ass argument you brought to the table.
Now my argument is valid beyond belief.
It is weak, bro. I just like Swiss cheese. I just shot so many holes through it. I mean, I can see you.
Bang bang.
Bang bang. I mean, come on, man. I mean, and listen, and I'm coming off like an Aaron Rodgers hater.
All right, my daughter got
which I'm not. You know what I mean? But
her name's Madden.
Mo, you there? Mo, get in on this, man.
Get in
on any of it.
You want me to be the referee? Because I don't need to go to your corner.
Any of it. Just get on any of it. Just any of it. This guy. Just any of it. Before we move on and get out.
All
of
I
here.
gotta say is, I think it's this way that most people see Aaron Rodgers as the GOAT because of fantasy football. If you think about what he's won, he's only won one ring. He probably shouldn't have won because he beat us with it. So you got to do more. So I mean, that's why I still call Brady the GOAT, because when it matters, he's the one that has put his team in the championship.
They played at the same time too, right? They played at the same time, right? The careers are intersecting, right?
Yeah,
I'm just curious, because he always wants to take a shot at Drew Brees all the time. I'm just curious.
Drew Brees
and Rodgers have the same amount of rings, don't they?
Y'all might have,
but it's all about championships for me.
Y'all made a post the other day about the best combo in the NFL, and I picked the Chiefs.
Stop.
What about Winfield Jr. going to the Bucs? And what about going to the Bucs?
Cat, stop. Listen, here's the thing about a combo, right? See, and this is your first time calling, I think, on this show. So we're going to have to tell you next time. You're going to have to bring a waiver. Okay. All right, so combo means what? 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Kansas City Chiefs have one receiver. His name is Tyreek Hill. Okay?
No, I'm changing my mind.
No. You can't change your mind. You can't change your mind. I'm going to tell you. See?
The draft.
You about to get introduced to Petty Patrick, Jared Cash. Okay? And I don't know if you're ready for that smoke right now from Petty Patrick.
I got it.
A combo is 2. Tyreek Hill is 1. You cannot change your mind. Okay? If we repost that, then you can come with a different answer. But tonight, you ride with the Kansas City Chiefs, so you disqualified because they only got one receiver.
All right. Well, let me say this then.
Then you say this then.
As I second guess.
Now, son, now he's going to try to come in with a second guess.
Bucks getting that wide out from Minnesota. He ran like a 4.6, I think, but he catches everything. I can't think of his name right now.
Well, then, if you can't think of his name, it don't count. Come on, man.
It's funny that post actually had me in stitches because it's funny because as everybody can see this. If you haven't noticed before, me and Patrick, and this is one of the main reasons I love doing the show with him, is we agree on a lot of stuff, but we disagree on a lot of stuff too. And when we disagree on this stuff, we both are very stubborn.
Very.
And we both will not. Well, it's like it's rough. But me and him just had it out. We all everybody just witnessed me and him had it out. And tomorrow, and at 20, 30 minutes when the show's over, we'll be talking. He'll be the first person I talk to. It's hysterical. But back to what I was going to say is like that duos combo. Patrick asked me that question, right? And I immediately gave my answer. I said Tampa Bay right now. It's not even a question. I said it wasn't even debatable. And then then Patrick responded back to me. He's like, "Ooh, really?" He's like, "I don't know about that. I think it's debatable." Then he went and he looked it up, came back to me. He's like, "You're right. It's Tampa." He's like, "You're right. It's Tampa." And then he was like, "You're right. It's Tampa." And I was like, "I know, man." And then
that's funny though, Sean. That's funny.
Alone. Move on.
So saying is like that wideout. I was on Minnesota's bandwagon all year. I'm a Vol fan. That wideout catches everything, and they got him, and he's like 6'3", I think, 212 pounds.
How can you like a combo?
He's running 4'6".
My question is, Jared. This is my only question to you. Then I want to move on, man. How can you like a combo when the player hasn't even played a single snap in the NFL yet? My man hasn't even played a preseason snap. He doesn't even know his quarterback's name yet. How can you like a combo?
Gronk involved.
I think with
Tampa, I'll put it this way.
Okay,
Gronk. You can throw Gronk with Mike Evans.
But Jared,
or
hold on, Jared. But Jared,
means two.
You can't throw Gronk in there because Gronk wasn't on the team, and Gronk is a tight end. So remember, when we ask these questions, Mo, you can attest to this, right? We're very specific and we're strategic with this. The question was posed like this: who has the top wide receiver combo right now? That's how the question was asked.
You threw mine out.
Can I explain?
Hey, you said two free agents. You said two free agents, Mo. Get the hell out of here. My man said Antonio Brown and Josh Gordon. Get the hell out of here with that. You say we threw yours out. They threw themselves out. They both excused themselves from the NFL.
He shot, and then he doubled down on it though. He was like,
here's why I picked the Chiefs.
Jared, hold on,
they
bro. Jared, you can't pick the
Kelsey
Chiefs, bro. You can't pick the Chiefs. We disqualified the Chiefs. Okay, listen. You can pick the Chiefs.
They line Kelsey up at wideout.
Okay.
Though.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Jared. He's Jared.
He's got the most receptions
Jared.
in NFL history.
Eat a Snickers, man. You get cranky when you're hangry. Eat a Snickers, Jared. It doesn't matter if he plays wide out. He's a tight end. It doesn't matter if he puts out wide. He's a tight end.
Sammy Watkins.
Listen.
Okay.
He is not a slouch. But he's not a slouch. But Jared, listen to me. Even though you picked Kansas City is still a wrong answer. Kansas City might not even be in the top 4 of combos. Okay, let's not go there. The answer is Tampa. We moved on. Right?
It's Tampa, bro. It's Tampa, dude. The answer is Tampa.
It's Tampa. Okay. It's Tampa.
All right, guys. I want to move on because we said an hour. We're probably going an hour and a half now.
But wait.
Oh, you wait a minute. Go ahead, Sean. He's on mute.
Wait
man.
a minute.
Wait a minute. He's speaking. Oh, go ahead, Mo. Go ahead, Mo.
Criteria then, because if you're saying what you're saying, that means that my team qualified. What was your qualification?
Oh my God! Really?
Because you're saying you can't count Gronk because he wasn't on the team last year.
No,
we're going Chris Evans and Godwin. Mike Evans and Godwin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're going Mike Evans and Godwin. That's what we're saying.
Mike Evans and Godwin. They're the best duo in football.
Mo trying to find a loophole, man.
Hey, man, I'm looking for a loophole because in the game when he plays.
You know what?
So you put it with Josh Gordon. I'm telling you.
You know what we should do? I tell you what, we should come back.
That's the reason that New England didn't win because they both forgot.
We should come back and ask for the wide receiver duos that are not currently in the league, but like are on like the suspended list or something like that. Because we might be.
It's Antonio Brown, Josh Gordon. Mo wins that one. He gets that one.
Hey Pat.
Yeah.
Speaking of wide receivers, do you see Dez coming back?
No. And
how would you feel if that actually happened though? I know Jerry, so I'm not just counting it.
No, and listen, you're not going to find a bigger Des Bryant fan than this guy right here. But
he's done.
Listen, I told Sean years ago, and I think I said this to you too. Instead of letting him go a couple years ago, they should have made him a tight end then. They should have just made him a pass catcher tight end. The ship has sailed. I hope he comes back into the league, but no, the ship has moved. And from what I understand, they're asking CeeDee Lamb to wear 88. He wants to wear 10, but from what I understand, they want him to wear 88. So
they got to keep an 88 on that team, right? They got to have an 88.
They need an 88 on that team.
So the tradition is let's get out, man. You just want to get out here, or you want to do the NL?
Yeah, let's get out. Let's get out of here. We'll do it next week.
Yeah, let's get out. Yeah, we had a blast tonight, man. This was fun, man.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, Sean,
man,
real quick. Did you see that video of the rally car?
I end the show.
That's right.
End the show now. No, I was kidding. No, I did not.
Go on the hot
about your topic. Go ahead, Nate. I saw the video. That rally car is sick. So Sean,
so there's no regular track, Sean. It's literally if you pardon my language, if you F up, you're gonna hit a tree or fall off a mountain. That's pretty much what's going on this particular road.
You gotta check it out, Sean. You do gotta check it out.
It's a whole new level of racing. So Mo, I keep telling you guys this.
So Mo, the question this week was the best players we've seen NFC North. You'd have liked my pick for the Steelers, man. Just saying.
Who was my pick for the Steelers? I think I had Heinz,
Yeah, we went through each team, and I picked John Stallworth, man, my offensive player.
Hello, Stallworth.
See,
I mean,
I knew you'd appreciate it.
I never saw Mean Joe Green, even though I was born in '76, but I cannot say I remember Mean Joe Green.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
Man.
Sean, go ahead.
Hey, man.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Mo. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say if you had to pick a team, a player from that AFC North that I saw play, that was in the North when I saw play it was Earl Campbell. No question.
Woo-hoo.
That dude was nasty.
We forgot about him. All right, Sean, go ahead. Here we go.
Hey, that was it, man. Hey, everybody have a nice night. Thanks for joining us. Everybody, catch y'all next week. Same time, same place. Patrick, we out. Nate, we out. Mo, we out. Take care.
Bad news, but the show. You and
Danny,
we can go back and forth. Williams ain't another people hold it down like the way that we hold it down. Won't hesitate to bet my last song that you ain't know it then, but you know it now. Patton Short and Nimic duo on the best show around. Reverse 360 windmill, Vince Carter when we put it down. You're now rocking with the major leagues. Show be hitting like Mike Trout. These other guys trying to ride the wave, but not today they get wiped out. Cause we on a whole nother level than them. They follow the trends, we the one that send them. They the smacker like Stone Cold. That's the bottom line until we study something. These lame stations ain't saying nothing. They just talk their head, they books or something. No better place to go vibe out the hot spots. Social be the hate coming like Palomalo in the backfield. Relax, chill, everything covered. When we move full head of steam, please off the track when the trade coming. Want to thank y'all for tuning in. A good time, what it's all about. Hope to catch y'all here next week. Same time, we'll be zoning out. And we encourage you to call the opinionated, bring it on. Just make sure that you're all prepared and come hard and not at all. Verbal warfare, talking sports head. Let's get it on. And unless you stating facts, you ain't saying jack. Keep calm, carry on. 24 on that jersey, feeling something like Kobe. With a few seconds on that game clock, down 2, but who worry? Throwing L's to the competition, it make him sick to see us winning. Black Mamba mentality, see a better me and go get it. Yeah. What we do, man? High Spot Sports Show, man. Shout out my boys. Sean, what up?
What up, guys?
What up?
We have to bring him in here so we can say that to him.
Tuning in, man.
What up?
That's it. We out.
All right,
Yes, sir.